It's your boy, Sir Splash. Say you're gonna beat Splash, put it on the Bible. Whole game's trash, boy, put it on a cycle. Money talks, really, I don't understand. Said he wants smoke, but they all do the running man.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Sir Splash, and today I'm doing this video because the hype has been real. So, for some reason, this crackhead entity from Grant Morrison's Multiversity project has recently been garnering a bunch of love from comic book fans. Of course, I'm referring to Empty Hand. Why is he getting love? It's because he seems very overpowered. How strong is Empty Hand really? This video, I will start to try to decipher it and give you guys an estimate of where he should be. One thing we do know is Empty Hand is relatively obscure. What we will have to break down and scale off of is beings that he commands. First off, Darkseid. You know the evil Dominator in DC Comics? He was brought back to wreak havoc on creation itself. But he wasn't reinstituted by Empty Hand himself, but rather by Empty Hand's goons. Knowing Darkseid is a platonic concept and an archetypal of evil, we are already getting wild. Now, on to the Gentry. Who are the Gentry? As shown in the story and explained by Grant Morrison, every villainous, evil, and bad influence and archetypes are a member of the Gentry. Now, why is this crazy? Because this would encompass characters on a higher level in terms of the scale. This would easily put him, at least Empty Hand wise, at least above the Source, because he would embody the villainous aspects. And we're gonna get into what exactly Empty Hand is in a second. Now, finally, Empty Hand is the head of the Gentry, and everyone below him in the Gentry are his goons. So really, we gotta ask ourselves, what exactly would that translate to? Essentially, from what we're told in the comics, and what we're told by the writer, is that Empty Hand is the reader. He is the opposite of the writers. Personally, I could also see Empty Hand maybe being the editors, because they bring the end to things, but yeah, to each his own. Because of our greed for new stories and boredom, the reboots and retcons are Empty Hand related. The end of comics is supposed to be Empty Hand. As long as there are comics, Empty Hand will be there, back to be the villain. He does hail from Ultra Comics, which is said to be our real world, and he supposedly infects all the readers and gives them this inherent desire to end the story, to bring the end to the comic. Like when we put the comic down, the story stops for us. However, we do have to be careful with how high we rank Empty Hand, because there are a lot of crazy characters in DC that have done wilder things. Just because he is above archetypes does not inherently mean he is, the strongest in the verse. There are characters that seem to scale beyond archetypes, even though they kind of shouldn't. But they do have feats and they do have stipulations that put them above that. But yeah, I would put him above the Source. Now, a lot of basic comic book fans will say, oh, the Source isn't that, is like, if you surpass the Source, you're easily one of the strongest. Not necessarily. A lot of things have happened with the Source that put these characters on higher levels of that. But I've seen a lot of highballs putting Empty Hand at like first place. I don't see that. Not willing to go that far. He's very obscure. We only saw him in the Multiversity project. He might come back in Rebirth. But, maybe he has come back and I just don't know about it. But until then, I'm definitely not putting him at number one. He is above the Source for me, like I said. So, obviously, he's several layers of Outerversal. But some other characters should be above him. Anyways, let me know what you think of Empty Hand. If you're an Empty Hand fan, you're part of his fan club, let me know in the comment section down below. Hit me up on Discord. Hit up my Patreon. Please support the channel so I can make more videos like this. But yeah, if you want to go read about Empty Hand, check out the Multiversity storyline. I would also encourage you to check out the guidebooks. I think it's volume 11 and 12. They really break down who Empty Hand is supposed to be. Essentially, he is the reader's greed and boredom and the need to see other stories come to fruition. But yeah, like I said, Empty Hand's very powerful. I don't think he's number one. I think some characters do scale above him. Let me know where you place him on your list. Anyways, it's been your boy, Sir Splash, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.